Okay, everyone, we are joined by Lydia Cole. Lydia, a steady start to your championship. What are your initial thoughts after the first round?
My ball striking was very far from steady, but obviously, it was a bit of a grind out there. But other than that, considering where I hit it on some of these holes, I think to be able to make 3 good up and downs the last 3 holes to finish even, I think it's a solid way to start this championship. I know it could have been better, but it was tough out there. The golf course isn't easy, and just with it being a little drizzlier earlier in the day, it's a test. But you know what, it's fun to be on a golf course like this. And I said this is one of those golf courses where you can't really not focus on any moment when you're out there, because you have to be strategic and you have to play smart, but at the same time, when it's green light, you're trying to go for it as well.
Okay, we do have some journalists on the line, so if anybody would like to ask Lydia a question, please raise your hand. John, did you want to ask a question?
I did, yes. Hi, Lydia. It's nothing new at Carnoustie, but the last 5 holes seem to be creating more than a little bit of problems for the field. No one so far is under par for the last 5. You're the best on even. What has been particularly difficult over those 5 holes? I know you said you got up and down on 3 of them, but conditions seem to be reasonably calm. What's making them so difficult today?
There's not normally on the golf course, you can kind of miss one way or the other in a lot of holes, but here you can't really miss one or the other. If you dodge the bunkers, and obviously you've got rough, and when you're in the fescue, it's hit or miss with lies. I think for most parts I got pretty lucky if I did hit it in the fescue, but you think 14, is that the par 4? No, 5.
Par 5.
Par 5. Yeah. Like that one in practice rounds, it was straight downwind, and from the normal back tee, I hit driver 7-9 to the green on Tuesday on the practice day. And today, obviously my driver went left, but now I'm having to hit driver, chip out, and then hit a 9-iron onto the green. 16 is it's a beastly par 3 in all ways. I played 15 really well, hit a good drive, hit 7-9 and completely misread my putt. But 16, 17, and 18, you have to hit a lot of good shots, and especially a lot of good tee shots. And if not, you're grinding and trying to make par and up and downs, and it gets tougher. The golf course is tough itself. So I think if you're out of position, then yeah, it can be a little bit more costly than some other golf courses that we play at.
So it doesn't surprise you that the field is struggling over those 5 today?
Yeah, it's not easy. I think obviously when it's breezy, this golf course is a lot tougher, but even with a little bit of wind, it doesn't make these, the fescue or the bunkers not in play. So I think, when it is windy, you have to work around it and hit different shots. But I think the golf course itself is a test, and I think the scores are showing. Obviously, there are some, some great rounds out there as well. But you have to have your A game in all areas of your game, because if your ball striking is not as well, if you're putting good, you're able to make up for that, and vice versa. So yeah. It's a test, and it just shows what level of golf course Carnoustie is.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have any other further questions? Jamie, were you unmuting yourself to ask a question?
Yes, please, Lydia. Nelly Cords is up there again, which might not be any surprise. We obviously chased her at Tokyo. When you've got a player like that in such form, is it imposing to see her up there?
It's what?
Is it imposing? Is it intimidating? It's tight to see Nelly, obviously in the form.
I guess it's
high once again.
I think at the end of the day, it's obviously no surprise that Nelly's playing really well. She's been playing consistently well. Her ball striking is, I think, one of the most consistent out there. And at the same time, she's got length. So I think she can cover a lot of these bunkers, and her short game also speaks for itself. So yeah, I think it is no surprise that she is around the top of the leaderboard. But I mean, we've still got, for me, there's still a lot of golf to be played. There's still 3 more rounds, and still half the field some of the field have not even teed off. So at the end, I think as long as you're in the field and you feel like you know where your game's at, you can never count yourself out. And with golf, it's not about me trying to beat somebody else. I think you're just trying to play the best golf you can, and that's it. So you know, if you play good golf and somebody plays better, hey, you can't do much about it. So for me, I just try to focus on me. But I'm not really sure about, oh man, I'm intimidated about this player or not, but it is no surprise that Nelly is playing great, because she has been playing so consistently well.
Okay, Jamie, you've got any other follow-up? No, okay. We'll wrap things up there if there's no further questions. Thank you, Lydia, and well played today.
Thank you.